Anna had just failed her interview at Vision Group and was venting her frustrations to her best friend over the phone. At that moment, two thugs suddenly knocked Anna unconscious, stuffed her into a cardboard box, and prepared to take her to their boss. However, the security guard insisted that they complete the registration process before leaving. Just as the two thugs stepped away, the moving crew responsible for relocating Robert's belongings noticed the cardboard box. Mistaking it for one of Robert's items, they loaded it onto the truck and drove straight to his new home. As Robert's assistant was unpacking and organizing, he unexpectedly got kicked in the face the moment he opened one of the boxes. Robert was instantly on high alert when a woman suddenly popped out of the box. He immediately assumed that Anna had been sent by a rival company to approach him. Meanwhile, Anna was startled to see Robert standing in front of her wearing nothing but a bathrobe. Panicked, she mistakenly thought she had been kidnapped by a pervert. Furious, she accused Robert of abducting her. However, Robert had no patience for her accusations and tried to pull her out of the box to throw her out. Unexpectedly, he slipped, and the two of them crashed into each other, their lips accidentally touching. "Pervert!" Anna screamed, immediately slapping Robert twice. Robert was still in shock when his assistant quickly grabbed Anna, attempting to drag her away. However, at that moment, he accidentally touched Anna's arm, causing her to wince in pain and furrow her brows. After Anna left, Robert suddenly recalled an incident from 5 years ago. He had nearly been pushed off a building by his enemies, but was saved at the last second by a girl who pulled him back. However, due to his dizziness, he had been unable to see her face clearly. In the end, the girl was severely injured, and her arm was broken by the assassins. Thinking back, Robert suddenly realized that Anna's arm seemed to be injured, raising his suspicions. At that moment, his assistant found a resume that Anna had accidentally left behind. To Robert's surprise, she had applied for a job at Vision Group but had already been rejected. However, upon reviewing her design work, Robert found her skills impressive. Without hesitation, he instructed his assistant to notify Anna that she should report to work the next day. Meanwhile, just as Anna arrived home, she received a call from the HR department informing her that she had been hired. Overjoyed, she couldn't believe her luck. However, her mother reminded her to focus on work and not rush into romance. To ensure Anna wouldn't be bothered by potential suitors, her mother even photoshopped an image of a muscular man, claiming he was Anna's boxing coach boyfriend, meant to ward off unwanted admirers. Early the next morning, Anna hurried to work but, unfamiliar with the layout, accidentally entered the president's exclusive elevator. Meanwhile, when Robert arrived at the company and saw that his elevator was in use, he immediately checked the surveillance footage. At the same time, Director Bess heard that Anna, who had previously been rejected, had somehow entered the company. Assuming that she got in through connections, she deliberately made things difficult for her. She instructed Anna to deliver some documents to the president's office, but did not mention that entry into the office was strictly prohibited. When Anna pushed open the door, she found the office empty. Just as she was about to place the documents on the desk and leave, Robert suddenly appeared behind her. Thinking that Robert had followed her there, Anna angrily accused him of being a pervert. But before she could react further, the employees outside the office entered and respectfully addressed Robert as president. Anna instantly froze, realizing that she had unknowingly offended someone she shouldn't have. Bess immediately seized the opportunity to reprimand Anna for trespassing into the president's office and demanded that she be fired on the spot. On top of that, the surveillance footage revealed that she had used the president's exclusive elevator, violating 2 major company rules, making her dismissal almost certain. Terrified, Anna hurriedly apologized and pleaded for forgiveness. However, just as she was about to be thrown out, Robert's assistant suddenly rushed in and whispered something into Robert's ear. Anna might be the very person who saved him years ago. Robert's expression changed instantly. He unexpectedly announced that Anna would be given another chance, shocking everyone in the room. The thought that Anna could be his savior filled Robert with joy, and in that moment, he vowed to protect her for the rest of his life. That evening, Robert personally drove to pick up Anna, intending to use the opportunity to get closer to her. However, Anna pulled out a photoshopped picture of a boxing champion boyfriend and firmly claimed that her boyfriend was coming to pick her up. Robert scoffed coldly and walked away. The next day at work, Bess deliberately made things difficult for Anna by assigning her the workload of 10 people and forcing her to lift heavy objects. Anna endured the pain in her arm and pushed through, but Bess only escalated her cruelty, demanding that Anna replace a water jug for her. Anna tried to explain that her arm was injured, but Bess refused to listen and even threatened her, either change the water or leave the company immediately. Left with no choice, Anna gritted her teeth and obeyed. However, just as she was about to collapse, Robert appeared just in time and caught her in his arms. Furious, Robert scolded Bess for bullying Anna and warned that if it happened again, she would be fired immediately. Turning to Anna, Robert gently asked if her arm was injured. Anna was slightly taken aback, but when Robert pressed her about how she got hurt, she sarcastically replied, "A dog hit me." Robert's expression darkened slightly, and he silently turned away, looking somewhat disappointed. That evening, when Robert returned home, his assistant handed him a diamond ring worth $100 million, a gift he had originally prepared for Anna. Robert stared at the ring in his palm, let out a quiet sigh, and murmured to himself, "She isn't the one I'm looking for." The next morning, when Anna arrived at the company, she greeted Robert, but he didn't respond. Robert's assistant explained that he wasn't wearing his hearing aid, so he couldn't hear her. At that moment, Bess was pleading with a business partner to give her a chance to revise the proposal, but the request was rejected. Knowing how important the project was, Anna took the design draft and spent 3 whole days modifying it. However, out of jealousy, Bess outright rejected Anna's revised design. With no other choice, Anna went to seek help from Robert. Using his hearing impairment as an excuse, Robert motioned for her to come closer. As soon as they were in close proximity, Anna's heart started pounding uncontrollably. After reviewing Anna's design, Robert was extremely impressed and decided to go with her to negotiate with the business partner. On the day of the scheduled meeting, Anna was suddenly approached by Bill, a man who had been obsessively pursuing her. Bill intentionally got close to her, but Robert immediately pulled her to his side, warning Bill not to touch his woman. However, Bill deliberately provoked Robert, demanding that he hand over Anna to him. In response, Robert slapped Bill across the face and taught him a harsh lesson. His actions left Anna deeply moved. Just then, the business partner arrived. Anna swiftly presented her design proposal, her focused and professional demeanor momentarily captivating Robert. In the end, the business partner was highly impressed with Anna's work and immediately agreed to the collaboration on the spot. Bess saw everyone congratulating Anna, and jealousy consumed her. Fearing that her position would be replaced, she immediately went to Robert and claimed that Anna was incompetent and had only stayed in the company because of her connections with his assistant. However, Robert firmly defended Anna, standing by her side. Furious, Bess swore revenge. That evening, after work, Anna gave Robert a gift to thank him for his help. On the surface, Robert remained indifferent, but inside, he was overjoyed. Meanwhile, Bess found her cousin Kelly and convinced her to pretend to be the woman who had saved Robert in the past. Tempted by the thought of a wealthy and luxurious life, Kelly eagerly agreed. That day, Anna went to the hospital to visit her sick mother. However, she unexpectedly slipped and fell on the way. Coincidentally, Robert appeared at the right moment, gently picked her up, and took her to his home. He had someone bandage her wound and insisted that she stay for the night, as a snowstorm was raging outside. The next morning, Anna was about to leave, but Robert refused to let her go, insisting that she should stay until her wound was fully healed. Feeling that Robert had been acting strangely lately, Anna called her best friend for advice. Her best friend jokingly warned her to be careful. Robert might be a pervert trying to lock her up. Unexpectedly, Robert overheard the conversation. He slowly approached Anna and whispered in a deep voice, "Is that really what you think of me?" Anna was so startled that she immediately begged for mercy. That night, Anna saw Robert enter a mysterious room and couldn't contain her curiosity, so she followed him in. To her shock, she found Robert soaking in a bathtub. Panicking, she turned to leave, but Robert grabbed her, pinning her against the wall. With a teasing smirk, he asked, Did you come into my bathroom on purpose with bad intentions? Anna frantically made up an excuse, claiming that she had her period to get Robert to let her go. Just then, her best friend called. Seizing the chance, Anna loudly cried for help. Thinking quickly, her best friend blurted out a lie. Anna is pregnant. You better not touch her. Robert immediately saw through the lie but decided to tease Anna instead, making her blush in embarrassment. The next day, Anna went to the hospital to visit her mother, only to be confronted with a serious interrogation. Her mother demanded to know why she hadn't been home for the past few days. As it turned out, her mother had checked the security cameras and realized that Anna had never come back home. Left with no choice, Anna lied, saying that she was scared of ghosts and had been staying at her best friend's house instead. Robert couldn't stop thinking about Anna, secretly hoping that she was the one who had saved him years ago. Just then, his assistant walked in, reporting that they had finally found the person who had saved him. Looking at the medical report, Robert noticed that Kelly had scars on her hand. Believing she was his savior, he felt deeply grateful and vowed to repay her kindness. To show his appreciation, Robert gifted Kelly a luxurious mansion, leaving her completely stunned. Curious, Kelly asked about the small box Robert had been holding earlier. His assistant revealed that inside was a diamond ring worth $1 billion, specially prepared for her. Overjoyed, Kelly eagerly embraced her new life of luxury. However, Bess soon called her, warning that she needed to eliminate Anna as soon as possible. Otherwise, it was only a matter of time before Anna stole Robert away from her. The next day, when Robert arrived at the company, Kelly followed closely behind, bringing him lunch. Seeing this, Anna felt a twinge of jealousy and responded coldly when Robert greeted her. During work hours, Robert secretly opened the surveillance cameras, quietly watching Anna. That evening, Robert waited downstairs, hoping to take Anna home. However, she deliberately made up an excuse, claiming that her boyfriend was coming to pick her up, clearly rejecting Robert. Just then, Anna's best friend called, saying she couldn't make it. With no choice left, Anna reluctantly let Robert drive her home. But just as they were about to leave, Kelly suddenly called Robert, claiming that she wasn't feeling well and begged him to come home immediately. Upon hearing this, Robert immediately changed his mind, turned down Anna, and left without hesitation. Watching Robert leaving, Anna felt an overwhelming sense of emptiness in her heart. Kelly pretended to have an injured hand to keep Robert by her side and make him take care of her. However, Robert couldn't stop worrying about Anna, so he secretly sent his assistant to follow her movements. Meanwhile, as Anna walked alone on the street, Bill suddenly appeared. He originally intended to take advantage of her, but upon noticing Robert's assistant watching, he changed his approach and instead took Anna to the hospital to have her wound treated. The next day, Robert ordered his assistant to investigate the theft accusation against Anna. He called her into his office, intending to show concern for her. However, Anna coldly asked him to stop bothering her. Robert chased after her, only to see Anna getting into Bill's car. His heart ached as pain and disappointment consumed him. He felt as if he had completely lost her and, unable to bear the despair, turned to alcohol to drown his sorrows. At the same time, Anna was having dinner with Bill to thank him for his help. However, she also made it clear that she didn't want to see him again. Unwilling to let her go, Bill forced her to drink a farewell toast, unaware that he had already spiked her drink. Just as Bill was about to take advantage of Anna, Robert suddenly appeared, beating Bill to a pulp and warning him never to touch his woman again. Worried about Anna's condition, Robert held her up, but to his surprise, Anna suddenly pinned him down, trying to kiss him. Robert tried to resist, but Anna refused to let him push her away, insisting that she wanted to spend the night with him. The next morning, Anna woke up furious, accusing Robert of taking advantage of her. Robert gently held her hand and solemnly promised, "I will take responsibility for you." However, Anna shoved him away and kicked him out. When she checked her phone, she was horrified to see over 100 missed calls from her mother. As she was about to leave, she suddenly saw her mother standing at the door, holding a wooden stick. Overcome with fear, Anna panicked and, without thinking, jumped from the second floor. At that exact moment, Robert's assistant rushed to tell him that Kelly had framed Anna. Just as the words left his lips, Anna fell from above, right into Robert's arms. Later, Robert confessed his love to Anna, looking deeply into her eyes. "Do you like me too?" he asked. However, Anna's expression turned cold. "I have no feelings for you," she said emotionlessly. Robert found Kelly, and she immediately fell to her knees, desperately begging him for another chance, swearing that she would apologize to Anna. That night, while Anna was at home, Robert's assistant suddenly called her, informing her that Robert was seriously ill but refused to go to the hospital. Feeling concerned, Anna softened and went to check on him. Seeing Robert looking weak and frail, she anxiously prepared to feed him medicine. However, Robert whispered weakly, "I deserve this. It's karma for falsely accusing you." Anna tried to convince him, but he refused to listen, so she turned to leave. Seeing no other choice, the assistant pleaded desperately with Anna to help Robert. After hesitating for a moment, Anna finally gave in and leaned forward to feed him the medicine with her lips. The next day, Robert pretended to still be weak, playfully insisting that Anna continue feeding him medicine. Annoyed, Anna wanted to leave, but Robert pulled her into the back garden. Under the warm glow of the garden lights, he confessed his feelings for her. Getting down on one knee, he took out a ring and asked, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Anna could no longer hide her emotions. She nodded, and at that moment, they officially became a couple. The next day, Kelly came to the company to apologize to Anna. However, Anna had no interest in hearing her out and turned to leave. Desperate, Kelly grabbed Anna's arm, but unexpectedly, a ring fell out of her pocket. Seizing the opportunity, Kelly immediately accused Anna of stealing Robert's belongings. Bess also arrived, harshly criticizing Anna for disrespecting Robert's fiancé. Bess raised her hand to slap Anna, but Anna swiftly countered and slapped her instead. At that moment, Robert walked in. Kelly immediately acted pitiful, complaining that Anna had stolen the ring. However, Anna suddenly ran into Robert's arms and affectionately called him husband. Bess and Kelly were completely stunned. Robert firmly stated, "That ring was a gift from me to Anna." He then clarified that he only saw Kelly as a sister and told her to respect her sister-in-law. Bess and Kelly's faces darkened with embarrassment. Later, the two secretly conspired on how to deal with Anna. That day, while Anna and Robert were enjoying a sweet moment together, Kelly suddenly appeared, saying she wanted to take Anna shopping to make amends. Kelly put on an act of sincerity, making Anna believe she had truly repented. Without any suspicion, Anna followed her out. However, what she didn't know was that Bess had already bribed a gang of thugs, plotting to teach Anna a lesson. On the way, Kelly pretended to be concerned and asked Anna about the scar on her arm. At that moment, a shocking realization hit her. Anna was the one who had saved Robert years ago. Just then, a group of young men approached, trying to start a conversation with Anna. Kelly mistakenly thought they were the thugs Bess had hired and, in an attempt to act like she was protecting Anna, started cursing at them. This only provoked them, and she ended up getting beaten up instead. Meanwhile, the real thugs hired by Bess arrived but mistook Kelly for Anna, leading to Kelly getting beaten black and blue. Sensing danger, Anna threatened to call the police, which infuriated the thugs. Just as they were about to attack her, Robert arrived just in time and brutally took them down. Terrified, Anna immediately ran into his arms, and Robert kissed her to comfort her. Kelly stood at the side, watching with clenched teeth, fuming with jealousy. That night, Kelly rushed to find Bess, revealing that Anna was the true savior of Robert. Fearing the truth would come out, they decided to get rid of Anna for good. Later that evening, after saying goodbye to Robert, Anna was on her way home alone when Kelly kidnapped her. Just as Kelly was about to harm Anna, Robert appeared in time and pulled Anna tightly into his arms. Seeing this, Kelly immediately fell to her knees, begging for forgiveness and claiming that she had saved him years ago, hoping he would spare her. However, Robert's assistant interrupted with the truth. Kelly had been lying all along, and the real savior was Anna. Everything was orchestrated by Bess. In the end, Bess and Kelly received the punishment they deserved. At that moment, Anna finally realized that the man she had risked her life to save years ago was Robert. With tears in her eyes, She choked out a complaint, blaming him for leaving her behind back then. But Robert pulled her into his arms, holding her tightly, his voice soft and emotional. "I've finally found you.